Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly, and this is a quick update video, and for many of you, it's the first time I'm updating you in a long time. I haven't been posting videos for a number of weeks now, and it dawned on me that not all of you guys follow me on Twitter and Twitch, where I make a majority of my updates. So here I am, I'm on YouTube again very briefly. I'm still sort of in the middle of taking like a mental health break from uploading videos on YouTube. I'm still doing a lot of live streaming, which has taken like a lot less effort. Not that it takes no effort. It's not like it's like, oh yeah, just hit live and do my thing. It's more about the dedication of like more and more hours of my life to editing and just like sitting there alone with like negative thoughts and stuff like that versus like engaging with the community. The entire purpose of me doing online content to begin with is so that I have an outlet to put stuff out there that I like and that other people might like as well, and then we get to engage and we get to know each other better and all sorts of things. It's just that community interaction has always been really important to me, and Twitch is allowing me to do that a lot more right now, and Twitter is allowing me to do that a lot more right now than YouTube content, and that's me basically just prioritizing my mental health. When I was doing the YouTube videos, I'm sitting here for hours and hours a day editing those and sort of like being left alone with like the negative weight of the world. Like a lot of things are happening right now that are much bigger than you and I. And I just, you know, and then there's obviously things going on in my personal life, and it just became one of those priorities where I had to like figure out the order of where I had to be like, yo, right now Twitch is better for my mental health mindset. You know, interacting on social media is pretty easy for me. Doing YouTube, I still have a blast recording videos and everything like that, but it's just that process of putting them all together and everything. So it's just a break. It's not me being done. I've had a number of people asking me if I'm done with YouTube for good or anything like that. I promise you at some point I will return. Right now is not really the time for me to either. Like I mentioned a second ago, the world is in the midst of a lot of things happening. We got COVID. COVID is like such a huge thing that is affecting so many people that, I'm sorry, there's like a really loud, weird motorcycle that just went by. But there's the COVID quarantine that's in effect in a lot of places around the world still affecting the population. I'm still trying to social distance. I'm still only pretty much going out to get groceries, or if I have to go do like a grocery run for Morgan's parents, we'll do that. We'll grab their prescriptions, things like that, because they're a little bit older and they have, you know, health conditions that would put them at risk of COVID still, even with parts of the states opening up still. We're just still trying to be super safe about that kind of thing. And then obviously we are also in the middle of a humongous movement, a gigantic social movement. And I realize that some of you who only follow me on YouTube might be a little bit disappointed, because you might be going, Brian, what took you so long to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement? Why didn't you put up something, you know, earlier? I have, just not here. I highly urge you guys to follow me over on Twitch, where I've been speaking about it a lot, very candidly, as well as over on Twitter, where I've been trying to tweet about it at least a couple times a day, just, you know, amplifying Black voices in the community, trying to support organizations and fundraisers and things like that. Because as you guys who have followed me for a while know, this community is about acceptance. This community does not care what color your skin is. This community does not care what your sexuality is or how you identify gender-wise. And those types of things have never really mattered. If you're a good person, you're a good person. But right now, it's not about that. It's about amplifying Black voices and getting the message out that Black Lives Matter. There's a million things that I've already said on Twitter, and there's a million things that a ton of other people have said on various social media and video platforms and things like that. There's really not anything left that I can contribute in this video that you guys probably haven't heard or isn't already out there. And in fact, the thing that I want to do with this little segment is point you guys in the direction of some really good resources. There's going to be a link down below that's just labeled Black Lives Matter, and you guys check that out. There's going to be a number of different incredible educational resources that were compiled by organizers of this movement. There's going to be a ton of funds that you can donate to, Black-owned businesses that people are trying to help out, and there's just a lot going on in this movement. There has been obviously some form of justice for George Floyd, with the officers being arrested, and Breonna Taylor's law was just passed, and there's a whole bunch of other things that are going into effect that are helping the movement, but the fight's not even close to being done yet. Again, I just want to make it very, very obvious here that I definitely care about Black Lives Matter. It's one of those things that's just ingrained in how we operate as a community. It's never been something that I've tried to hide in any sort of way. You guys are incredible. And along with that, also, obviously it's Pride Month now, so happy Pride Month to those of you out there who celebrate Pride. Whether you are out and proud or if you're someone who's in the closet, I want you guys to know that you are loved and cared for. Anyone from any sort of marginalized group will always have a place here in this community. But on top of that, guys, speaking of charities and things like that, the main meat and potatoes of this video is going to be a clip that I filmed the other day with Morgan. We went out to Lake Ontario so that I could do a polar plunge-esque sort of stunt. It's not like a true polar plunge because obviously it's like summer now, but here in New York, in Rochester, New York, Lake Ontario is very slow to warm up again. So I jumped into Lake Ontario when it was only 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 10 degrees Celsius for those of you who don't use Fahrenheit. Pretty cold, I won't lie, it was a huge shock, but I did that because last month in May, for those of you guys who don't keep up with my Twitch, we were raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, as we do year after year after year. This year I set the incredibly ambitious goal of $20,000, and for whatever reason, people want to help me. I mean, it's not for whatever reason, I guess. They want to help kids and families that are in need, and that's the incredible part of it. But it's weird to me that I have any sort of amplification, that I have any sort of influence to sort of get the message across, and that people come and support my fundraiser directly. It's always so wild to see that. But we had like a number of different like really fun, goofy incentives and milestones that we're doing throughout the entirety of May. I took a little bit of a break, like a few days after it, just because like just dedicating that much energy and time to a singular cause kind of burnt me out a little bit, as it normally does, but not in any sort of negative way. It was almost like a complacent, content feeling after we did as much work as we did. We raised over $21,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which goes towards researching things like childhood cancer, all sorts of other autoimmune diseases, and making sure that the families of those kids never has to pay a single bill for housing, for travel, for food, for procedures and surgeries. All those things are covered by St. Jude. So anyone who either amplified the stream by retweeting it or sharing it to other social media, or people who donated, or people who just like hung out and had like a good time with the community and laughed at me doing goofy things to myself for the cause, and just sort of had a good time bonding with the rest of the community as we all put our hearts and minds together for this cause. You guys are heroes. You guys are amazing. As promised, I'm gonna do a 12-hour Coolmath game stream. That was something that we decided on as a community as the end goal. So that is going to take place on this Thursday. More details are in the clip. And they will also be in the description of the video. But again, thank you guys so much for getting us to that goal. Again, that's the most we've ever raised for charity in a single push, and it's awesome. Also, stay tuned because I will be working with a number of different pro-Black advocacy groups. Moving forward, I'm going to try to set up some sort of fundraiser for one of those in the upcoming days. And also, we're going to be doing fundraising with the Trevor Project, which is an LGBTQ plus focused group that helps youth in crisis have like access to resources and have access to actual assistance, because obviously that's still another cause here that is affecting people around the world that we want to put more energy, time, and love into. So those things are coming in the future. I don't know if they're going to happen this month or they're going to happen next month or whenever, but again, all of these causes, just as a reminder, are a marathon. They're not a sprint. It's okay if you back off a little bit from one so that you can sort of like mentally recharge your batteries families. While you're doing that, other people are out there spreading the word, fighting the good fight, and then when they need a break, you're gonna be all recharged and be able to tackle that as well. So it's one of those things where every single person, whether their role is sharing petitions or donating to a cause directly or spreading information or whatever it might be, or actually going out in the streets and protesting, those things are all part of a greater movement, and every single person matters in that, and it all adds up in that effort. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be the end of me speaking here. I hope that you enjoy the clip coming up. Again, I will let everyone know when I do decide to return to YouTube. But for now, I'm just sort of kicking things around over on Twitch, where I highly recommend that you join us if you want some like mellow, chill streams where we just chat with each other, some gaming streams, some goofy, weird like joke bit streams. There's just gonna be a lot of stuff that's moving forward on the Twitch side of things, but I'm not done with YouTube, and I am very excited to get back once I feel like I can handle it. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, I am on beautiful Lake Ontario on June 7th, a Sunday, where the water temperature is currently 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 10 degrees Celsius for those of you who are not in the States. I'm about to jump in as a polar plunge type situation that you guys helped set up. We raised $21,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in May, and this was part of the deal. This is also an announcement for a 12-hour stream that we'll be doing on Thursday, June 11th. Did I already say the date wrong? I can't remember. I probably did. But anyway, it's on June 11th, Thursday, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Plug that into your time converters if you need to. We're going to be doing a 12-hour Coolmath Games stream. Coolmath Games is a flash game website that I've been avoiding for a long time, and people want me to do streams on for some reason. So we'll be playing some Papa's Pizzeria and some other dumb games you guys want me to do for 12 hours. So that's happening. But first, I go into the water. Thank you guys for making this happen, making a difference in people's lives. See you guys, hopefully at a future date, drier and less cold.
Oh God. Yeah, that's so freezing.
That is actually cold. Thank you.
Oh, that's the worst thing ever.
Thank you again, guys.